It's a great movie, and I'll watch that with you anytime. Bro power.
I'm going to go and start this crazy train.
Let's do it.
Dun it. 3, 2, 1.
Truth is, I am
Zeitgeist Zealots. Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots.
Oh, I thought
Forrest.
we were.
Major.
And I'm Robbie.
And I am crazy.
You're also crazy late. We were all doing a cappella. That's our pump up song before we start the podcast, and Tim was just a full 12 bars late on that. What's up, everyone? How are we doing? Welcome back to Zeitgeist Zealots, as Forrest said. Today we're going to be talking about the state of pop culture, but first...
Yeah, because no good shows out this week for us to all binge, sadly.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I probably rewatched The Last Samurai. Fuck, I forgot though. What was the last
Samurai?
What was the last show we watched about a samurai?
Major watched the weed parody, Red Eye Samurai.
No, I actually watched...
She's a late flight. She's a late flight. That's Red Eye Samurai.
She's heading to London for season 2. Red Eye Samurai.
Yep,
coming
there we go.
soon. No, I actually watched The Menu. Speaking of being really late to the party, I'm halfway through The Menu season 2. Sorry, not The Menu. The Bear. I always confuse The Bear.
Yeah.
The Bear season 2.
There's a show called The Menu.
There is a show, or the movie called The Menu, and it's on HBO, and it got really great. It's like a horror movie. It got really great reviews, but
It's about cannibalism, right?
my wife was super pregnant at the time, so I couldn't watch.
The Menu?
So I couldn't watch the movie with her. So that's just been the back burner. So I always get The Bear and The Menu confused when I'm talking, but The Bear, phenomenal season 1. Season 2 is pretty good. My wife likes it more, but I think it just won an Emmy for best comedy, and I've only laughed once. I don't understand.
I literally just canceled my Hulu subscription, so I'm not gonna be able to watch it.
Okay.
But Hulu's literally just $1 for the first 3 months, so I probably should have kept it for another 2 months. But I finished Fargo, so there really didn't seem like a point to it. But yeah, The Bear.
You know what would get you back
but
into Hulu probably is if they offered Pal World. If they did a little Netflix where they started offering games, right? Wouldn't you be able to play some Pal World from Hulu?
Well, I'm sure Netflix is going to do a Power World animated series like Arcane, and everyone's going to love it. And
no, what they're going to do, Power World is going to get their asses sued off of them by Nintendo, and Netflix will do that documentary 3 years later. That's what Netflix will do. But Robbie, our resident gaming expert, tell us a little bit about Power World.
I think if they had something big, they probably would go for it.
Yeah, so from the little bits of tweets and the shorts and a couple of YouTube videos I've watched, it seems like Nintendo, being the most litigious gaming company out there, probably would have pulled the trigger and sued the hell out of them already. Don't forget, Nintendo started off making porn cards, playing porn poker cards, and love hotels, and now they're making kids games. So let's remember where.
Heard about that.
Oh yeah. Go back and look up Nintendo history, where they come from, how far they've come from. They had brothels, dude. They had sex hotels, and now they're making kids games.
And DC Comics was just a front for them all.
How far they've fallen.
Yeah, dude, it's absolutely wild. So
They're providing for the working men of the world, and now they've dropped down to just providing entertainment for children.
Well, from what
they're providing mental health therapy for.
From what I understand, from the last episode, Blue Eyed Samurai, they weren't providing mental health therapy to the world. They were providing mental health therapy to the island. They were very isolated from the rest of the world.
I wonder if one of the Mario levels is based off one of those hotels. He's jumping through the hotel, and he just accidentally has to go down a tube, and there's just 2 people doing it.
Why do you think why do you think he's always trying to rescue Princess Peach? Trendsetter. Think about it. Now back to Power World. These guys are actually located in Japan. So when we're talking about lawsuits, this isn't even an international court situation, right, Robbie? This is just Nintendo could sue them in Japan, but they just haven't yet. Yeah?
Yeah, Robbie's our legal expert here.
No, Robbie's our gaming expert.
Robbie Esquire.
Rob, tell us about the game.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I first saw stuff about it, I thought it was a joke.
Right? Why would they sue?
It was when I first saw something, it was some Instagram video. I was like, that's got to be some fan-made joke or something.
Because you described it. I think I was like, "What's Power World?" And you said it's Pokemon with guns. That doesn't sound like a lawsuit, but maybe it is.
It's not. It's nothing like I thought it was, because it's not like Pokemon at all. Besides the capturing monsters part, it's actually a survival base building type of game.
Okay.
Except you can capture pals, which are the Pokemon, to do tasks at your base. That's why a bunch of people are talking about the
slavery and stuff like that. Okay.
But and like, so they have different tasks they can do, from like handiwork, crafting things.
Charizard, keep this fire going.
Farming, water, like water-based ones could water the gardens and stuff.
That makes
Fire-based
sense.
can do cooking and things like that.
So someone was like, let's mix Animal Crossing, Pokemon, and Modern Warfare 3 together.
But
and then
what makes it hilarious is like there's lots of glitches and bugs in the game, because this is like an early version. It's not a full release yet. And apparently you can capture all the NPC humans as well.
Yeah, let's
There's
go.
a small chance you could do that.
That doesn't help with slavery.
Yeah.
No, but it helps with the camp.
But then there's like these black market guys you can find on the map that buy and sell pals. And apparently you could sell the humans as well.
Yeah.
There's some human trafficking.
I don't draw the line at slavery. I draw the line at slave trade. That is too far, Power World.
And yet this game will probably be way less controversial than Suicide Squad.
What do you know?
It's
hit the number 2 most popular game on Steam right now.
What can we say? Humans like to traffic. We hate the traffic, but we like the traffic. That's awful, you guys. That's amazing.
If you play the game, it's actually a pretty fun game.
I've heard nothing but amazing reviews about it.
Like, how long do you have to play it?
Like, all the people that have actually played it all have good things to say, but then there's all the articles that just talk shit about it.
Well, that's because they're AI generated and they need to create clickbait content. I say let's play Power World. Do you guys want us to play Power World? Comment down below, tweet us at Zeitgeist Zealots podcast. Yeah, we can do Twitch. We got a Twitch account.
Yeah, I got a Twitch account too.
All right, we will Power World. We'll have the Zeitgeist Zealots exclusive.
If the audience demands it. No, we're not watching anything.
Well, Tip, you have a PC. You play Power World on PC, right, Rob?
I could.
Yeah, you can play it on PC and Xbox with Game Pass.
See,
it's linked together.
Much like the Indiana Jones movie, which is only set for Xbox right now.
Steam for $30, which is apparently has more. It's a little more up to date than the Game Pass version. But that costs $30.
I mean, if Power World ripped off Pokemon, it's only a matter of time before someone rips off Power World to make Chumland.
Well, what makes it hilarious with like how close it is to be a Pokemon when you capture it, they have Pal Spheres, not Pokeballs.
Amazing. Is there like
what makes it hilarious when you throw it? It doesn't land on the ground; it hovers up in the air, but it does the little like twitch. It does it? Wiggle.
Oh no, that's trademark, bro. I don't know if it's trademark, but that should be.
Yeah. And it'll show a percentage every time it twitches of what the percent of it might capture it is.
Do you guys remember growing up playing Pokemon Blue or Pokemon Red and then just mashing the B button as hard as you can because someone in middle school told you if you spam the B button, that'll help increase your chances of catching the Pokemon or whatever. So you're just like, allegedly. I don't know if that's true or not. You know, I'm questioning a lot of things from my past. Like, you know, Marilyn Manson didn't take out 2 of his ribs. How did that rumor even start? That was like pre-internet. That makes no sense to me.
Well, what was it? Funny Junk was the before Facebook and MySpace.
College Humor.
College Humor.
MySpace. MySpace had memes, right?
Did they?
Or did memes originate on Facebook?
I don't think MySpace had memes. I definitely don't remember it.
I think they did have memes because Funny Junk had like funny pictures.
Memes originated on collegehumor.com, dude.
I feel like Funny Junk is like just you trying to like search for porn as a 13-year-old. You're like funnyjunk.com.
Oh, well. Maybe that's like.
You guys don't remember College Humor?
I remember College Humor.
Maybe that's where who are penis doctors called? Again, a penologist or what's it called? Urologist. Maybe that's where urologists go to study like diseases and stuff.
Funnyjunk.com.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of early trends.
I thought they were called a cockologist.
Get out of here. Speaking of early, hold on, you deserve this. There you go. Speaking of
early
internet memes,
I think they study chickens, Tip, cockologist.
Oh.
All right, had to get the last word in.
no, you deserve all of this.
Damn it.
I'm gonna come back to this.
They went to USC. USC.
Terrible.
Oh, God.
So, Robbie, Power World, out of 10, what do you rate it so far? Can you play with your friends? Is it single player, first person? What is?
I give it like a. Well, just because it's fun to play, but it's got its issues. But those can be patched out as they get to the full release, so I can let those slide.
Sounds like dating me.
Where it's at right now, I'd give it like an 8 just because of the.
Ooh, an 8. Let's do it.
Will Power World become the next Rocket League, Rob?
Well, Rocket League hasn't been my type of game.
No, they'll never be.
Rocket League is really popular.
The thing about Rocket League is that everyone who plays it hates himself. As someone who plays Rocket League, as a Diamond 2, I will tell you there is no one who hates Rocket League more than people who play Rocket League. It's like Star Wars fans and Star Wars, right? Like, you love it, you'll go back and you'll watch it, and you'll get so mad like the whole time. I don't think
you did wrong, or
just because you know how much you suck, dude. You just every time you get on the field, you know how much you suck. Like when you play Halo,
you're playing with some people that have they know everything about the game now.
Right? But they're so good. But like the matchmaking lobby is not fantastic, right? But you get matched up pretty skill set wise, right? But like no, what I'm talking about is like translating this into like a game we can all relate to, like Halo, right? Let's say you were playing Halo 1-on-1 and then or 2v2 Halo, right? Just like 2v2 Rocket League, right? And then you've got this killer, you got the rocket launcher, you're about to blow up this guy, and instead of shooting and pressing right trigger and shooting the rocket, you just accidentally press the wrong button, you just jump over the edge of the map. That's Rocket League. That's having the skill set up here and then just not having like all the buttons, like the mental fortitude to like press the fingers on the right buttons to do what you want that car to do. Does that make sense? Like, cause you can fly with that car. You can go like 1080 in the air, right? You can do like jump off the ceiling, right? You can do a double flip reset if you want to. Like the skill set is absolutely insane. It's like if you played Halo and instead of getting shot in the face, this guy was running up a wall. And that wall was attached to a Banshee flying and flipping at the same time. And then he still shot you in the face. Like, that's Rocket League. There'll never be another infuriating skill set game like that, in my opinion.
Robbie's like, if only it was named Robert League, then I would care. Well, that's our extremely topical Power World segment.
Oh, another good thing about Power, there's nothing about microtransactions and stuff.
Well, that's the biggest win of all, I would say.
Unlike Suicide Squad, it seemed like Rocksteady just wanted to commit suicide.
Dude, all the big AAA games now are just focusing on microtransactions.
And they increase the prices of games. It makes no sense. I hate it so much.
I understand if you give the game out for free,
yes,
and then it's all focused on microtransactions. Yes.
I would gladly.
I thought it was a little messed up with Diablo 4, where $70 game, and they're still throwing like Battle Pass in there.
You want to get to level 2? $80.
At least it's like just cosmetic stuff. There's not really pay to win things.
Remember when it used to just be DLC? Remember it was like, hey, this is your favorite game, and for $30 extra you can download like 4 extra maps online. Right? Do you remember that? Like that was so great. Now it's like
it reminds me of that. I'm pretty sure I've shared that meme with you before. It was like the burger and everything, and like the DLC was, I forgot what they had on the meme.
I'll throw it up.
But then they go to games today, and they showed like the game was just the buns. Everything else was like
it's just DLC,
all these other additions,
add-ons, and yeah.
One of my favorite games of all time, Batman Arkham City. Even I didn't get the DLC, and I love that game. And I, did not pay for the Harley Quinn or the whatever the hell it was, Solomon Grundy expansion pack. I think
I'm not anti-microtransactions, right? Like, if you have a 6 skin
Coinbase,
I would love to pay $2 to make my character look cooler or whatever, right? But for the game to be pay to win, or for the game to be just snowballed with microtransactions to the point where you can barely play the game anymore, that's when I think it's disgusting and it takes it too far.
You ever watch Viva La Dirt League on YouTube?
I've heard of it. I think I've scrolled past
they're so funny.
Wait, is that the D&D? Do they guys reenact D&D?
Well, they do. They show a lot. Well, they do a lot of skits related to MMOs.
Yeah. I've seen them. Yeah. Good stuff. What was that channel again? Viva La Dirt?
Because they had this girl was talking about this new armor that she worked so hard for, and showing this new guy around the game. And then he's like, and he's like looking around. You can tell he's looking at the menu or something. And then bam, all of a sudden he's got this really nice armor.
Just pays. Yeah, it's like he's doing like a credit card transaction, just filling out that credit card information. Yeah. Guys, you know what's not pay to win? The upcoming Sony slate. These movies, just the whole superhero news in general. Let's go ahead and transition into our nerd news.
Because Power World's for jocks. So
yeah, cool kids. Let's talk about lame shit like Madam Web.
I read today that Madam Web and Kraven are no longer like being promoted as being in the same universe because I think they're trying because I think they know Madam Web's gonna bomb, and they don't want it to harm Kraven. So I think they're just gonna say like they're totally different, or they're just like
they have no idea what's coming for them.
They're intended for. I think they were intended to be in a single universe.
They think Madam Web is gonna. So Madam Web is currently on. Forrest is absolutely right. Madam Web is currently on track to smash a terrible record. A record you don't want to break, and that was previously set by the Marvels as the worst opening weekend projections for any superhero movie. Right? The Marvels was like forecast at 35, and Madam Web's coming in at 29 million. So not good at all.
I mean, hey, you never know. This could be the next Barbie.
It's not.
Maybe
it's not. You've seen the commercials. You've seen the trailers. It's not going to be the next Barbie. There's no media hype around it. There's no talent. I mean, there's talent in the movie. But they're not doing a good job advertising it in the trailer. Look, I mean, like, if Sydney Sweeney's a star in your movie, if you're marketing this correctly, it should be one of the highest grossing superhero movies of all time. Right? Let's not fucking lie about who the core audience base is. The fact that this is trending to be the worst superhero opening of all time is just... I think very telling for Sony and the superhero movie genre as a whole right now. They really need to turn this shit around. I'm not sure they can.
They made a lot of money off of Let There Be Carnage, so I guess that sort of emboldened them to like charge ahead with this Spider-Man ancillary character universe.
Right. I mean, they gotta make money. They don't have anything else to do, so might as well use these IPs.
Tanks. This is probably gonna tank. Kraven's most likely gonna tank.
Kraven's gonna call my prediction here. Kraven's gonna open worse than Madam Web. Like you were talking about, they're trying to separate Kraven from Madam Web for damage control. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. Kraven is gonna do worse. Kraven
doesn't even have a Russian accent.
Kraven's gonna be 15 million, probably max.
But
clip it here.
To their credit, I think Black Widow basically killed the non-Russian actors doing Russian accents, phenomenon, because non-Russian actors doing Russian accents are usually pretty awful. So I'm sort of happy that Kraven won't have a Russian accent.
Right.
It'd
be distracting.
Kraven the Hunter, but he should have a Russian accent though. They should have, at least gotten a Russian actor, or at least, what I thought would have been perfect for Kraven. I don't know if y'all know who he is. Edgar Ramirez.
Nope. Don't know who that is.
He was in the new Point Break reboots. He was in like the Bourne Ultimatum, I think.
More movies I haven't seen.
He looks great with like a beard, and he's like sort of like big, and he looks like he could be Russian. But I always thought he'd be a great Kraven, but that's not gonna happen. They got Kick-Ass to play Kraven. Crave ass. He craves ass.
He craves ass. That's probably what the director's thinking about this movie. Just craving ass.
So
did you guys hear they had to reshoot Kraven?
They had to reshoot Madam Web.
Or they had to reshoot. They had to reshoot Kraven. So apparently, they got the entire timeline wrong. And they were originally using Andrew Garfield's timeline, which didn't match the script for Kraven the Hunter, so they had to they had to reshoot the half of the movie to put Tom Holland in it because they were using the wrong Spider-Man. My question to you guys is, what the fuck is happening here? Is this incompetency by executive producers, directors, scriptwriters? Is no one on set watching these movies? Is no one like where is the best grip on set being like, hey guys, this actually would be a different Spider-Man because of the timeline based on like the 90s versus when you guys are placing it now here in the current present day. But like, where is the canon? Where's the guy who's checking canon on this shit? Dude, reshooting half a movie has to be so expensive. It has to be tens of millions of dollars.
Canon doesn't matter with the multiverse. Like, they can put anyone in at any time. It's like Doctor Who. It's
what
like
multiverse? This is the Sony universe. The Sony's trying to create one universe. They're stuck on one universe. They're not even on the multiverse yet. I mean, there's the Spider-Man animated Beyond the Spider-Man timeline.
Well, they had
Beyond the Spider-Verse. There you go.
They had Vulture and Morbius just for the hell of it, just because they're like, well, Homecoming was pretty well received.
Right.
Let's put Vulture in it. And Michael Keaton was like, what the hell is going on? And they put him in like the Flash movie, and he was like, I really don't know what's going on. So, I don't know. I think Michael Keaton's time in superhero movies is at its end. I mean, unless they can get him back for like a Sinister Six movie, but I'm pretty sure No Way Home.
That's good. I'm good with him.
No Way Home was like the half-assed sort of Sinister Six we got. But
speaking about half-assing it, what about Iron Fist coming back? Have you heard about this, Robbie? The Netflix Marvel TV shows are now officially canon. Kevin Feige's added them in. We are looking at an Iron Fist, not a reboot, but like a spin-off kind of. Like,
with Colleen.
They haven't said Colleen. If they said Colleen, I would be on board. They haven't said that yet. The strong rumor is that they are replacing the male lead with the female lead. This Danny guy.
Oh, that always works.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's
Never
always embraced by the fan. Well,
hasn't worked.
All, where's the Iron Fist fan base? I don't think it exists.
It doesn't exist, right?
So I mean, they could literally.
And if it was Colleen, I think this might be the first time the fan base would be like, yes, please. Because Danny Rand was terrible. He was so bad. Iron Fist was so bad.
When I say the Iron Fist fan base, I mean like for the TV show. I think everyone hated the TV show.
That's what that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
The comic book character, there's a big fan base for him. Just read Immortal Iron Fist by, I think, Brubaker. And that's amazing. That's what made me excited for Iron Fist. And then they were just like, it was kind of like, how could they make Iron Fist boring? And like,
season
was
one.
Like, oh. And he was just like, challenge accepted.
Yeah, let me show you.
He has a glowing fist from stealing the heart of a dragon. How can you make that boring? And just like, watch this. Knuckles.
We will. Now, if you guys were wondering about making Netflix Marvel canon, why would Kevin Feige do this? I think it was a little bit of a Hail Mary. So we reported on this a couple weeks ago.
Because they need a W really bad.
And not
Daredevil.
During the strike, Kevin Feige, apparently, who had so much to do that he can't watch his own TV shows before they come out. Yep. Kevin Feige was finally able during the strike to sit down and watch the first 8 episodes of Daredevil. And he hated it. He scrapped the whole thing. So we've talked about this before.
Well,
but do you know what he replaced it with? Right? So this terrible Daredevil wasn't even going to have Daredevil in costume until episode 4. It was going to be the first 3 episodes of him and the law and him dealing with like the loss of his friends and stuff. Like fuck that. That sounds so boring. And Kevin Feige knows that. So scrapped them all. Made him reshoot it. Fired the fuckers. Hire new people. Robbie, you know what they're doing now? Tip, you know what they're doing now? Force, you know what they're doing now? They're carrying on. We're going to get season 4 of Daredevil.
At last.
Picking it up from where we left off in Marvel and Netflix. How fucking great is that going to be to ruin? They're still going to ruin it, but it's a step in the right direction.
If you're just going to make season 4 of Daredevil, why not get the showrunners from the Netflix series to come back? They're just always getting like new people. And it's like, why don't you get the people who actually made the show good?
Forrest, it's called an agenda. You have to stick to it.
But yeah, I've heard that the bad guy is going to be Muse, who who is I think like a pretty new villain who's like sort of like an artist, but he's a serial killer.
I heard Bulletproof.
No, Bullseye.
Bullseye. Thank you. I heard Bullseye. I heard Bullseye's coming back.
Bulletproof's Invincible. We're not quite there yet. Although I think season 2, part 2 is coming out in
March? Yeah, we're March. Oh, what a segue.
I can't wait for that.
I can't wait.
Good television.
It's just going to suck. There's only be like 4 weeks of it.
It's going to be sad.
They're gonna get.
But we'll be able to rewatch all of it for an extra episode.
I don't think we'll.
Guys, speaking of going far, let's go to a galaxy far, far away. Right? I'm not done with fucking dissing Disney right now. Let's talk about Star Wars for a little bit. I don't know, Robbie, if you've heard about this. There's a new Star Wars movie coming out. Rey Skywalker is getting her own movie, right? A new trilogy lined up.
Oh yeah.
A brand new director.
She
Aboy Chinoy.
Yeah.
And then
trilogy. It's about time.
About time she gets her own. She gets her own movies. So a new director, Aboy Chinoy. Apologize if I pronounced that incorrectly. But during all the downtime, old interviews have resurfaced. Specifically, ones where the director has said that she likes to make men uncomfortable in her movies. Now, as a man, Tip, you're a man. Forrest, you're a man. I'm a man. Guys, how excited are we to go see a Rey Skywalker movie where this woman has said that she puts activism in all of her movies and likes to make men feel uncomfortable? On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are we for the next Star Wars movie?
Like, making men uncomfortable. It could just be like Rey just like castrating men, like in the first episode of House of the Dragon.
Just
make
rubbing
a fucking enjoyable movie.
Thank you, Tip. Just make a good fucking movie.
Tip gets
Fuck your political messaging. I don't give a shit. I want to go. I want to.
How long is it going to take Disney to notice this? And many other stuff.
It's their money.
Yeah, as soon as well.
Bob Iger's is going to be like, no.
No, he's making too much money, dude. He made like $32 million. Like, dude, like Disney stock price is plummeting, right? Their share price is falling. Their market cap is going down. Their revenue's going down. Their profits are going down. The prices are being jacked sky high at the parks.
Let's just hope that they're going to sell.
They're adding advertisement
studio. That's my only hope. They sell Marvel to a competent studio.
That one part of South Park. No, what happened to my stuff?
No, what happened to my stuff? Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars, I let it burn, baby, at this point. I mean, I want to see Andor Season 2, but I really don't care if they make another Star Wars movie in my lifetime.
Can I give you a W? Can I give you a big old W?
I really want them to sell Marvel to like Universal or maybe Paramount.
I think they about milked Star Wars dry.
God, do you remember their original plan was to buy Star Wars and put out a new Star Wars movie every single year? Here's $1 billion, here's $1 billion, here's $1 billion, here's $1 billion, and they couldn't fucking do it, dude. How crap? Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard. They put out like two or three Marvel movies a year. You just have a couple different timelines going on in Star Wars, but they screwed the pooch. They dropped the ball on that. But let me give you a W real fast. Let me rise. God, I choked so hard on that pun I couldn't even fucking finish it. Let me rise the fans from the grave.
I have a quick question about Disney.
Let me tell you one thing real fast, though, Tip. Daisy Ridley was asked about the sexism in Star Wars in a recent interview. And you know what she came back with?
What sexism?
She said it was blown out of proportion. That every time she's been with fans and fan interactions and cons, she's had a great experience, right?
Didn't you know that Chewbacca was naked those entire movies? Like he was completely a piece of meat. They completely
you couldn't see the outline of his bulge? I could always see that thing dangling there, man.
More like Chewbacca. More like Chewbacca.
All the women were completely clothed, but Chewbacca, is completely naked.
Men being objectified. I am tired of the male sex being objectified by women.
Dude, how hairy are Chewbacca's balls? Like, realistically.
Go away!
Well, I mean, that's pretty fucking hairy.
I think if you watch the holiday special, you've noticed. Like,
don't bring that up. We don't talk about the holiday special.
I think their balls are in their armpits, if I remember my Wookiee anatomy correctly. So, Major, we're talking about these studios and restructuring and like what they might sell off or buy, but we haven't touched upon like Warner Brothers and Paramount I think might be merging. Is that still on the horizon, or is that just like a rumor?
No, it's a rumor, but it's a verified rumor, right? They're looking at it for sure. But we just saw. Here's my big hesitation. I'm not trying to quote Bloomberg or Reuters because those are just news articles. You can Google that shit yourself, right? Let's talk about analytics. That's what I did for a living. If you just saw the U.S. government strike down the deal between JetBlue and Spirit because of anti-compete clauses, which I'm antitrust or I'm anti-monopoly 100%. But airlines are very weird because they, at least the way it was explained to me when I was reading it, was that they covered different sections of the air, right? Like, if Robbie misses his flight for United, he can't just walk over to Delta and get a flight, right? Like, Delta might not be flying to that city that day. Like, there's it's not the same as like fast food or something. But so that's my only hesitancy, right? Is that this government is pretty antitrust right now, which is definitely not a bad thing. So I would be cautious about getting too excited about some kind of merger between Paramount.
No Batman Transformers crossover is what you're saying. My day's ruined.
No, I don't think so. Sorry. Well, maybe in the comics.
Well, I mean, Paramount like actually produced at least one good movie, like Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
Yeah.
That seemed to be. I mean, I think it underperformed.
It did underperform, but it was still great.
It was literally just a
great Tom Cruise. It was great Tom Cruise
movie.
Yeah, it's exactly what I would call it. An enjoyable popcorn movie.
I mean, Tom Cruise is literally the only reason Paramount is profitable. Is like I think Top Gun Maverick, and now Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. Whenever the sequel is going to be, is that coming out this year or next year?
I think next year.
I didn't realize because they said in the movie, but I didn't realize when I was until I was watching it that I think it came out on the 30th anniversary of the first Mission Impossible movie.
Ooh, I mean that would be God.
So like
30 years? Has this been going on for 30 years?
Well, the TV show is from the 60s.
Right.
So I don't know what year that came out, but like the film franchise is 30 years old.
I'll tell you this.
31 now, I guess.
My wife and I went to go see Indiana Jones, the Dial of Dysentery, and went to the wrong theater, right? Like, I saw the movie times. I thought it was at the closest theater. I drove to the closest theater.
Oh.
It wasn't the closest theater. So we saw Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning instead. And it was so fantastic. My wife and I went home. We were like, all right.
Oh, my gosh. That's like
we went back and we watched.
Lottery.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So much better. Yeah, dude. Right? Like, yeah, your blind date stands you up.
Without even buying a ticket. It's like winning the lottery without even buying a ticket. So you just like stumble upon
and it's it's a ticket that just kept giving back because we were so like it reminded us how good Mission Impossible was. We went back and we watched Mission Impossible 1, 2, and 3. Not that same night, right? But like over the next couple of weekends. Yeah, but it's still
skip 2 and not.
No, we're here for the franchise. We watch all the Fast and Furious. We watch all the Destiny or all the Indiana Jones, and we will watch all of these too.
You probably like stay an extra 20 minutes to watch Mission Impossible though, because I think Dial of Destiny is probably a shorter movie. Just because Harrison Ford probably couldn't handle a 3 hour movie.
He just died a little bit faster. Also, Tom Cruise signed a new deal to develop and produce movies for Warner Brothers. So
I mean, what else can he do besides? I mean, I guess they're gonna do their Top Gun. I think that's pretty much imminent. But
yeah,
I mean,
that is in the works.
Is he gonna do their Mission Impossible?
He's got to switch. He's got to switch genres at some point. He's getting old. He's 61.
Because the Jack Reacher series is dead. They already they did 2 of those movies. The second one I think bombed, and they're just rebooted out for Amazon. So I don't know whether franchises he could do.
Guys,
maybe a Days of Thunder sequel. Days of Lightning.
You say getting old, but does he age?
He does not age. He's near ageless. But his body, his bones age for sure. His skin might not age, but
he's running his ass off. Though,
yeah, he breaks a bone every time he jumps off of a building in the new Mission Impossible movie. So like, there's only so many more of these he can.
I think
he can
they
make.
know. I think the filmmakers knew that like Tom Cruise running is a meme, and they just turn that up to 11. And Dead Reckoning, he's running a lot.
He runs so much.
I haven't even finished the movie yet. Like I've only watched the first hour and 40 minutes. And he's like he runs. There's literally like 5 minutes of him running.
Just wait until he's underwater in the submarine. And you're like, how does he have enough space to run? He still finds a way.
Because he's so small.
You motherfucker.
I do feel bad for not Tom Cruise, but you saw Mission Impossible 2, right?
Bad for Tom Cruise. Yeah.
The bad guy in that one, what's his name? Dougray Scott, I think was the name of the actor.
What are names? I don't know.
He was cast as Wolverine in the first X-Men movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he was going to go film X-Men, but they had to do reshoots on Mission Impossible 2, and Tom Cruise forbade him to go do X-Men. And so that pretty much just like sidelined it. Well, it gave Hugh Jackman his career.
Yep.
You know, and Hugh Jackman's great, but it's like Dougray Scott went on to go be on Batwoman. So I'm pretty sure he was like he saw like the first season of Batwoman. He was just like, Cruise!
Dude, be so mad. Be so angry.
And then Hugh Jackman's gonna like be Wolverine again in Deadpool 3, and that's probably gonna make $1 billion
for sure.
And like Hugh Jackman has like what 2 or 3, or he has like at least one Academy Award nomination, and he's probably like commands a salary of like at least like $10 million per film.
Oh, he's definitely he's a high A-ranking A-listing movie star.
And then like I think Dougray Scott just like quit Batwoman in the second season because like this is just garbage. I can't believe I agreed to do this. But
you know that reminds me of.
I just wanted to bring up like old Mission Impossible.
That reminds me of Matt Damon
history
and Avatar. Have you heard about that?
Matt Damon was going to be an Avatar.
So James Cameron came to Matt Damon and said, "Hey, you motherfucker, I don't need you. This movie is gonna be amazing. I don't need you. But if you wanna star in this movie, my movie, I'll give you 10% of the profits."
Well, I mean, I don't think Sam Worthington got that deal.
No, because he's not Matt Damon. Only Matt Damon got offered that. So Matt Damon passed up $200 million role. In hindsight, he didn't know it ahead of time.
And what's his name? Sam Worthington probably made like what, less than $500,000 in that movie.
Probably.
Look up his salary. I'm sure the sequel he made like a lot more, but he literally like did not do much between Avatar 1 and 2. He did like the Terminator, Salivation.
Hey, are you making fun of this guy in a wheelchair? That's not cool, bro.
He was walking fine and asked the Titans. You know, he had to like jump. He had to like ride the horse to like go kill the Gorgon. I actually liked the first Clash of Titans movie. I really don't understand the hate behind it.
Clash of Titans is fun. Yeah, put it on the background. Clash of Titans is fun.
It's way better than Terminator Salvation.
I mean, everything's better than anything past Terminator 2, right? Including
I never saw Wrath of Titans though.
Including some of these movies we're about to talk about next. You guys ready for this? Let's talk about the movies for 2024.
And we're going to have to come back at the end of this year and like say like, I cannot believe we were excited for that piece of shit.
Yeah. Cough, cough. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire. Guys,
January 29th, 2024.
My lovely zealots. Tweeted us at Zealots Podcast. Comment down below after you like and subscribe for the video. Tell us which of these movies you're excited to watch, which of these movies you want us to cover, right? If you guys we get enough responses, we'll cover anything. I'll go back and watch Clifford the Big Red Dog if you really want me to fucking talk about it.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I do not give two shits about the Ghostbusters franchise. I don't think I've seen a single Ghostbusters movie all the way through. I didn't even like those Ghostbusters cartoons that came out. Yeah.
No, you take that back. Are you telling me you didn't like the Ghostbusters on Saturday morning cartoons, like right before or right after Jackie Chan?
I remember the Extreme Ghostbusters. I was like, okay, it's a cartoon, but I was never like a big Ghostbusters
Saturday morning cartoons. That's where it's at. No, I was never a big Ghostbusters fan either.
There wasn't enough jiggly titties for Forrest in it.
Well, I thought the Marshmallow Man had plenty of jiggulation in his memories, but his Marshmallow Memories, that's the title of the podcast episode, by the way.
Marshmallow Memories. Let's make some new memories.
Maybe of Marshmallow Memories.
Let's make some new memories. Maybe starting off with Argyle coming out this year in January.
It's coming out this Friday.
Yep, February 2nd, starring Bryce.
Make some new memories.
Starring Bryce Dallas Howard, Sam Rockwell, Henry Cavill with the worst haircut I've ever seen. Henry Cavill guys, look at this trailer. Go look at Henry Cavill's hair, and then look at yourself in the mirror and realize how important haircuts are. Men, if you're not getting laid enough, go get a haircut. That's all I'm saying, right? Like, it puts wonders into my game. I know I'm married, so the numbers are kind of skewed, but my wife really does appreciate it when I get a haircut. And I gotta tell you, I haven't seen Henry Cavill hasn't given me such a non-boner ever in my entire life. His hair is the absolute worst.
Yeah, I think that this movie is going to like come out in theaters first, and then Apple TV, or is it going to be released simultaneously? Because if I don't leave,
I don't know if it's simultaneous. I wouldn't put it simultaneously. It's got Bryan Cranston, Samuel L. Jackson, Dua Lipa in it. So,
whose existence I wasn't even aware of.
Yeah, might be
this trailer.
Yeah, I don't know who.
She's a pop star of some.
A pop star or a Satanist. I don't know.
Henry Cavill has got great hair.
No, take that back, Tippers. You take that back right. Are you watching?
All these pictures have great hair.
No. He's got
great pecs and great hair.
No.
What are you talking about?
Henry Cavill is a god among men. Well, I'm talking about his hair in Argyle.
Major, I think he's talking about Henry Cavill's pubic hair. He's kind of looking like a of him. But he has great hair.
Oh, in Argyle.
Yeah, type in Argyle Henry Cavill, and you'll see his hair. It looks like he just stuck his finger in an electric outlet. His hair's just straight up. He looks like the blonde guy from Mortal Kombat.
He looks like Duke Nukem, sort of.
Yes.
He looks like fucking Vanilla Ice.
Yes, that's it. He looks like Vanilla Ice. He looks terrible.
Oh my god, I want to start dancing. So I just looked at him. I just wanted to start dancing.
Speaking of looking terrible, let's move on to Madam Web.
Hold on, I want to talk about Argyle.
Sure.
It's being directed by Matthew Vaughn.
Okay.
Who's apparently just doing spy movies now because he did like the three Kingsman movies. After I think what he did? I think he did like X-Men. Then he did the three Kingsman movies. The first one I liked. Second one I never saw. Third one, which was like the prequel, I really liked.
That was good.
Apparently was as popular, but I thought it was like a pretty well-made movie.
He was the producer on Kick-Ass and the director of X-Men First Class.
Well, he directed Kick-Ass too, and I think Major, we went to go see Kick-Ass. We were just like, this is amazing.
God, dude, how old is that? No, he was a producer on Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure like producers are just like, hey, I just gave like my 2 cents.
I just gave my money and my 2 cents.
I was like, a Fantastic Four movie should have 4 principal characters. That was my only suggestion. They went with it.
What do they have, like 3 or something?
Dr. Doom should not look. Dr. Doom should not look like a crash test dummy. They ignored that advice.
No.
So, what are you gonna do? But we can move on to Argyle. I'm actually like looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. Looks good.
I'm gonna look forward to it more if I can see my apartment and not have to go to the movies. But
agreed.
We'll see.
This doesn't look like I need to go watch it on IMAX by any means. Much like the next movie, Madam Web, directed by S.J. Clarkson, starring Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney. And then who cares about anything else? Did I say Sydney Sweeney? I did say Sydney Sweeney.
The only reason I would be like, I'm not going to go see this in theaters, obviously, but the only reason I'd be slightly interested in at least like watching it is because it has Ezekiel in it, and Ezekiel was in J.W. what's his name? J. Michael Straczynski's Spider-Man run, which is considered like the best Spider-Man run of the modern era. And Ezekiel was like a major part of that run. And so I'd be interested to see how they're going to adapt that character. But I think it's going to be done pretty properly.
It's not going to do well.
I'm surprised they're using it.
So I'll go this far. Like, if you watch the trailer, it is incredibly difficult to know it's a superhero movie. Like, does Madam Web have superpowers? You never see it. And then this just came out. Dakota Johnson said in an interview that she has worries about the Madam Web movie because the film shooting the movie was, and I quote, absolutely psychotic with the blue screen.
And she says,
she says, I don't know if this is going to be good at all. That's a direct quote. I don't know if this is going to be good at all.
She just said, I don't know if the audience will be ready for this.
That's what
she should have said.
That's right.
In a positive way.
In a positive way. But
yeah, that's actually a really bad sign. Because when you've made something good and you know in your heart, like,
it's good.
That
people are going to like this.
Well,
yeah.
I think
if you don't have that feeling, trust your instinct.
Well, I think like Miles Teller before the Fantastic Four movie came out was like, I don't think it's going to have a good Rotten Tomatoes score. And the director literally tweeted before it came out, like, "Yeah, this movie's gonna
He
suck."
tweeted out like the spoiler for the ending or whatever.
I don't know about that, but I think, he made like one movie afterwards, but I think he got into trouble, rightfully so. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how Madam Web turns out. I mean, maybe Sony will learn that they can't really do this shared universe without Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I mean, Venom. I think the movies could have been way better. But I mean, he's really the only character they had that could like make a profitable movie, as we've seen twice.
Yeah.
But
somehow we saw it twice.
They're like trying to get Kraven, and now they're trying to I heard they're trying to Doc Ock and Mysterio now. And
dude, you know what I want to see in a Spider-Man movie? You know what I've been around for a long time. I've been here for all 3 of the Spider-Man reboots. God help us. When are we going to see Peter Parker Industries? Or Parker Industries, right? When are we going to see an adult Spider-Man? Like, when is Spider-Man going to fucking finally grow up before we keep rebooting him and sending him back to high school? That's what I wonder.
Because Sony just loves beating a dead horse. I think...
you want to beat a dead horse?
The only character I think that could, besides Venom, that could, have her own trilogy or, series would be Spider-Woman.
Sydney Sweeney.
Whoever
Spider-Woman is.
Well, is that the was it Julia Carpenter? Who's the original
I gotta go.
Spider-Woman? See you, Tip.
Time for D&D, because you guys keep scheduling these things for Monday.
Wah,
Yeah.
wah.
Yeah, so I think I don't know, Spider-Woman could probably
Love you,
do a good trilogy, but I don't even know if Sony has the rights to Spider-Woman.
And I'm Tip.
We'll add that. We'll add that for later. We'll just move that to the later.
Yeah.
Hey,
move on.
Go roll a d20. Dune Part 2 coming out March 1st. Directed by Denis Villeneuve. Starring Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, which we're not going to talk about this later, but Zendaya's got another movie coming out in the middle of the summer where she has a threesome. She's a tennis star. It's like spicy Zendaya. Dude, spicy Zendaya, right? I'm like, dude, is she trying to get out of her Disney contract? She does not want to be in Disney anymore. She's trying to get far, far away from those characters.
What was she in besides Spider-Man?
Euphoria.
Disney. But Euphoria is way worse than Spider-Man. But
Euphoria is high school. It's bad. Yeah, it's boring.
So Dune Part 2. Denis Villeneuve is the French Canadian Nolan. He's he's an auteur, a literal auteur because he's French Canadian.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to it. I need to finish the book though.
I'll tell you, my favorite part of Dune so far has actually been a Family Guy reference where Timothy Chalamet gets blown away, and Peter's got to run after him. He's like, "I told you not to do this in the desert or the wind or whatever." It's so funny.
I saw David Teller over the weekend. He mentioned Wonka. I'm trying to think, I think I was so depressed. I went to go see Wonka or something. I don't know, something like that. We mentioned Wonka. I can't remember what the joke was. I'm really mad. I can't think of it right now. But did Wonka make a lot of money?
I have no idea.
It
really fell off the face of the earth.
I mean, I think just people are just so sick of super movies that they'll literally go see crappy Wonka prequel nobody wanted.
No, Wonka made $500 million. It made $534 million. That's incredible.
So it was profitable. I mean,
that's more than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that came in at $475
It's literally
million.
the audience just grabbing Hollywood by the scruff neck, saying we don't want any more superhero crap. We're literally going to see Wonka.
That's it. Which is fine because
Wonka made more money than the Marvels, more money than Ant-Man, more money than Aquaman and
God dang, dude.
Flash. Well, how much did Aquaman? I think Aquaman just passed 500 million.
No, it didn't. That's impossible.
Not probable.
It's not possible. I'm just
it made $500 million, right? I think it's doing a lot better overseas than it was in.
Wow, $412 million. Who is watching this?
Wait, which Aquaman is this?
The second one.
Aquaman 2.
Okay.
Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom.
I just typed in Aquaman revenue, 1.1 billion. So it's the first.
Oh, that's the first one. Yeah. which is incredible. How did Aquaman 1, the worst
that was literally
mainstream... What?
Yeah,
that was literally after Infinity War, when like every superhero movie was like making.
Shut up. Stop, Forrest. Do not insult our target audience like that. Our audience knows the difference between Marvel and DC. DC had been putting out shit for years, except for Wonder Woman, right? BVS, everything before Superman. Like, dude, the audience was not great. The audience was not in love with this.
My point.
The audience has made fun of Aquaman for 40 fucking years. No one likes Aquaman. Yeah. Well, I don't.
Well, I think Jason Momoa had a lot of Game of Thrones love still out there.
$1 billion worth of love? No.
Didn't Game of Thrones end in 2018? That same year? I mean, even though he wasn't in the last season, but
Game of Thrones had no love in their last season, their last 2 seasons.
But I'm saying it was still like a big show, so anyone like affiliated with the show and it's like golden age, I think they were gonna go.
No, dude, this was a blip. This was a blip in the radar. Kind of like, so Captain Marvel was sandwiched between Infinity War and Endgame, and was marketed in such a way that if you want to understand Endgame, you have to watch Captain Marvel, and that's how Captain Marvel got $1 billion. How Aquaman got $1 billion, I am not sure. It was a fun movie. It wasn't terrible. Let's not beat around the bush. It was a good movie. It just wasn't $1 billion movie. Much like Ghostbusters, coming out March 22nd, 2024, directed by Gil Kenan.
Hey, Major, I'll go see it when hell freezes over. Roll.
It's coming, don't you worry. There it is.
Next.
Yes, Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, coming out March 29th, directed by Adam Wingard. What do you think? Looks good.
I might watch it on HBO Max.
King Kong's got an Infinity Gauntlet.
It was funny because, not funny, but like interesting that I think Godzilla vs. Kong was like one of the first movies that came out that sort of like showed that people still will go to theaters to watch movies. So it's sort of like people out like after the pandemic ended, people like actually went out to go see Godzilla vs. Kong. But I think the MonsterVerse is just running on fumes right now because I think like Japan has just shown they can make way better Godzilla movies than America can. So with way lower budgets.
Showed it to who? Sure, to whom?
I'm pretty sure Godzilla -1 has made more money than Godzilla vs. Kong. I could be wrong. Could you look that up?
Yeah, I will look that up because I know Godzilla -1 is an amazing movie, right? But it's not in English, right? I just don't see America.
They'll dub it.
I don't see America coming to fucking go into the movie theater to read subtitles for 2 hours when you could go see Godzilla versus King Kong,
versus another King Kong,
versus another monster, and they just all beat each other up in English. No, maybe they'll be Godzilla -1 has 102 million worldwide.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of the highest-grossing Japanese films of all time, surpassing Shin Godzilla as the most successful Japanese Godzilla film.
Well, you know how like Gen Z or like the younger generation loves to rebel against their parents,
right?
Maybe subtitles will become hip because the current generation hates reading subtitles.
Hey, you know what? Maybe that TikTok brain, all those captions flying across the screen, maybe they'll be all about the subtitles. You might be right about that.
Well,
and just for some reference, King Kong or Godzilla vs. Kong was 470 million box office. So 4 times as much.
Go -1. Go -1. Go.
More like Japan
Japan can get that expensive budget to make much better looking Godzilla movies. Although like -1 look good. I need to watch it, but it's like everyone's saying it's like the Citizen Kane of Godzilla movies.
Ooh. All right, so here's a little bit less of a divisive film. Robbie, you ready for this one? April 12th, Civil War is coming out, directed by Alex Garland, starring Kirsten Dunst, Wagner Mouri, Kylie Spinay.
I've not heard those names in a long time.
Yeah, and Nick Offerman.
Kristen Dunst was like from Spider-Man. She was
that was the girl who got kissed upside down. Kirsten Dunst.
And then what's his name? Wagner Moura. He's the guy from Narcos, right? He played Escobar.
And then Nick Offerman. He's there.
And is it like I mean, the plot's obviously gonna be like a modern day Civil War, but it's
Right.
like Trump's versus.
No, it's Texas
Bidenites?
and California
Okay.
against 2v48. Should be a very interesting movie.
Yeah,
and Jesse Plemons is there. I think that's the guy from Fargo.
Well,
That's the.
She's.
Oh, is that the girl?
Kirsten Dunst. He's banging Kirsten Dunst. That's her husband.
Oh.
Uh-huh. So, yeah. What's next?
Speaking of banging people's husbands, Furiosa. That's what I would be if I was a husband. Someone's banging I'd be Furiosa. Jesse Plemons. That's who I was thinking of. Yeah, Jesse Plemons is the really talented.
With Chris Hemsworth in a prosthetic nose.
And Anna Taylor-Joy, Chris Hemsworth, Tom Burke, and Nathan Jones. Coming out May 24th. Furiosa. Now, Mad Max took the world by storm, and I, to this day, have not figured out why. It was an okay movie. I could not figure out why everyone was just so gushing over it. But
it was the Barbie of 2015.
Perhaps. There's a lack of dialogue, which I know that was actually a part of like its international success. Right, you can watch the movie and not like English doesn't have to be your first language.
Everyone was just like, I don't have to like read English subtitles.
Exactly.
To, like, listen to English people talking.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. Other people don't want to watch or read English subtitles. It looks like we're all just kind of a part of a big giant world of lazy people who don't want to read anymore, or at least not while we're watching movies. At least not while no one wants to. I'll read a book.
I like dubs more. It really depends on how well they did the
how well they dub it, right? Like Dark is sometimes I'll dub it.
And I'd rather have the original.
I even watch English movies and shows with subtitles just so I don't miss any of the dialogue in case anything like slips by.
I do that.
Subtitles up on.
And your brain does get used to the idea of reading subtitles. You just gotta like give it a chance. So yeah, Furiosa. I mean, this is coming out like 9 years after Fury Road,
right?
So I'm wondering if it's gonna have the same problem that the Sin City sequel did. It came off just way too late after the success of the first one, and people just sort of like moved on and just didn't give a shit.
Ooh, that's actually really interesting.
Fury Road came out like what, 20 years after the last Mad Max movie?
Yeah, I was gonna say Mad Max has been pumping out like one every 20 years for like the last 60 years.
But that was a reboot, so I mean I don't know, but it seems like they're really leaning hard. It looks like the same as Fury Road to me, honestly.
Now,
and
when you're talking about distances between sequels, this next movie comes to mind: Deadpool 3, July 26, 2024.
It's probably my most anticipated.
The most anticipated movie of the year.
Dune 2.
Directed by Sean Levy. Dune 2 can suck it. More desert
Sean
walking.
Sean Levy directed Free Guy?
Yes. I believe so. But I'm still looking forward to this, right? No spoilers. Don't text us the spoilers. We don't want to know the spoilers.
Don't fuck this up, Feige.
Don't fuck this up, Feige. He will. But no, it seems like Ryan Reynolds, we were talking about this a couple episodes ago. I think episode 125. Rob and I were talking about how, like, you know, Ryan Reynolds was really protective of the IP, and he really wants to make sure this Deadpool thing is fucking amazing. And I feel like Ryan Reynolds is the one person who would be like, no, don't touch my fucking script.
Been a lot of fight between.
Don't touch my script. This is funny. Trust me. I know the audience. Trust me. Don't touch my script. I feel like that would be Ryan Reynolds there.
Cool. What's next?
Untitled Alien movie. We don't have a title, but we have an opening date, August 20th or August 16th.
Alien is as dead as Terminator or Predator. Just come up with a new idea. Like the first Alien, great. Second one was great. Also, but just,
third one downhill. Fourth one, fifth one, sixth one.
Once James Cameron leaves a franchise, it's dead. It's like there's nothing they can do. We can do with Alien anymore.
That's why the Titanic's sake, because James Cameron left.
They're literally like doing like a comic book called like Alien. What if? What if the asshole guy from Mad About You and Aliens lived or something like that? It's like the stupidest.
That is pretty dumb.
Like there's nothing they can do with Alien anymore to make it interesting. Sorry, I mean like come up with a new alien creature in maybe in the continuity, but I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like
have a bigger alien,
it's boring.
right? Have something that attacks the. I just had a brain fart. Animorphs.
It's sort of like Jaws.
What are they called? The xenomorphs. There you go.
Xenomorphs,
Animorphs. Oh, sorry.
It's like in Family Guy, Jaws meets Bigger Jaws.
Right.
It's like,
Just
bigger Jaws.
Get a
Like,
bigger
it's
Jaws.
No, now we have a common enemy. And you just see the alien and the human like grabbing, like shaking hands or something like that, or just like what does Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers do in Predator? Like, Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, they did. They grabbed the forearms and the bicep close up.
Zeno, you son of a bitch.
Well,
I think
Alien
Arnold
and Predator
Schwarzenegger
could just partner up together at that point.
having Dutch from Predator show up in the new Alien movie, that would be the only way to make people go see it. And I'm surprised they have not brought Schwarzenegger back for a new Predator movie. That's insane to me.
Right? They probably
he's
saw
so down to come back. He's so
the
down
Terminator.
To come back to do his franchises. Like he's come back to do Terminator. He's come back to do. Well, what else did he do? Has he just come back to Terminator?
Oh,
Yeah,
hey, speaking of Terminator, kind of. 2 hours ago, Elon posted the first human received an implant from Neuralink.
God damn! Speaking of Terminator, yes, Robbie, that's a great segue there. Oh,
Neuralator.
Oh my God!
Well, I wonder where this is gonna go.
God bless him. Good luck.
No, wait.
Knowing Elon,
He said they did that yesterday. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection.
Yeah. Knowing
He's gonna
Elon,
be
because
sure
me and him are best friends. No, knowing what I've read about this is what probably like for someone who can't walk or someone who can't move their arm or can't.
To help with different diseases and disabilities.
Yeah, this isn't the AI chip that puts Google in your brain. This is the one that helps you walk again.
We want to do some good with it first.
Now, can someone put an AI chip in my brain to make Kraven the Hunter good? Because that's coming out August 30th.
Well, can they use AI to come up with a title from the Alien movie? Because it's literally coming out this year and they don't have a title yet. So,
not good. They're probably still just workshopping it before they cut it for tax reasons or whatever.
Alien colon. We just don't
now,
know.
What if I told you
Kraven the Hunter? Yeah.
This next movie, I want to give you the stars, and you tell me if this makes you want to see this movie. Okay,
yeah.
From all you beautiful fucks. Scarlett Johansson,
Whoa,
Chris Hemsworth,
we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk
John
about
Hamm, Lawrence Fishburne, Keegan-Michael Key. Keegan-Michael Key. I tell you, those 5 people are in this movie. Do you want to go see it?
Kraven the Hunter?
No. We're moving on. We moved on to the next movie.
Well, we didn't talk about Kraven the Hunter. We just like
we've already talked about Kraven. We talked about Kraven where we were dissing Madam Web.
Well, let me just say this one thing.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, talk more about Kraven. Talk to me more about this movie that no one cares about.
It's going to have the Rhino in it.
Shut the fuck. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares Spider-Man 2.
The
Amazing Spider-Man 2 because there's no Amazing Spider-Man 3. No one cares. A rhino. The only rhino I see is insert political Republican name here. I don't know. I've got nothing for the edit. No. So can we go on? Can we move on to a better movie?
What's the ScarJo movie called?
That's what I'm telling you. ScarJo, Chris Hampson, John Hamm, Lawrence Fishburne, Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh wait, don't tell me. Ghost World 2.
No. Transformers 1.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's animated?
It's animated, and it's a Transformers movie.
That was sly.
The Transformers franchise returns to its roots with an animated prequel that explores the origins of a titular robot's homeworld of Cybertron and the rivals between Optimus Prime and Megatron. It will separate the ongoing narrative of live-action films and will be helmed by Toy Story 4 director Josh Coy.
So
Cooley.
Like every other Transformers movie.
And Brian Henry is going to be Megatron.
Ryan Henry? Who the hell's that?
Brian Tyree Henry? I have no idea.
Oh, the guy from... I think I know who he is.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the worst movie of 2024?
Go for
Or
it.
sorry, not the worst movie. The most disappointing movie of this year. It's coming out October 4th, and it's called Joker.
Oh, right. The Joker
The
sequel.
musical. Dude, first off, I didn't like to watch 40 minutes of Joaquin Phoenix dancing around in some loose-ass whitey-tidies. And now you're fucking turning it into a musical so he can dance, like, diametrically or whatever the term is, like, where the music's in the movie. Like, no, I don't want... I want less of this, not more. I hate it. I did not like the Joker, and Joker 2 seems fucking terrible.
Well, I think after Barbie was such a hit, I think Warner Brothers is going to try to move heaven and earth to get her back as Harley Quinn.
Lady Gaga?
So maybe no, Margot Robbie back as Harley Quinn.
Well, they already moved on to Lady Gaga.
Well, I know that, but I'm just wondering, like, if this does tank, I think that's really just going to reinforce their need or their desire.
Oh, you think she's going to come back for? Jeez, what were all those movies she was in? The one with the 3 girls, and then she had her own movie before that.
The Turds of Prey.
Oh, Turds of Prey. That's right. God, my memory just fucking wiped that out.
I think with the we weren't doing the podcast when that came out, but yeah, I think I would have used that title, Turds of Prey, for like the episode title.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah. So yeah, what's next after Joker? Crap.
Venom 3. Speaking of the crap, directed by Kelly Marcel, coming out November 8th.
Let there be threequel.
Let there be threequel, starring Tom Hardy, Juno Temple, and Chiwetel Ejiofor.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Call me crazy, but I think he's gonna fight another symbiote.
Wow.
I mean, hard take, yeah.
Guys, he's calling it here. Take. Go ahead and clip it. It is a Zeitgeist Zealots exclusive. Venom is gonna fight another symbiote in Venom 3. You heard it here first.
We're calling it here.
We're calling it here first. If not, Forrest will show his face live on camera.
I do feel bad for Juno Temple because like she just did like Fargo season 5 and that was great, and now she has
she's like
Venom 3.
Back in Venom 3.
She's like, damn it, I just got a break, and then like I think she's probably gonna play Scream though. That's like the female symbiote.
Ooh.
But I'm thinking Venom will fight either Scream or they teased Toxin at the end of the the last movie. And that's like that's like Carnage's offspring. So it's like Venom's grandson.
Now,
but Toxin's like I don't think Toxin's evil. Toxin's like more of a vigilante like Venom. But we'll just see. Now
let me ask you this: Venom 2 was a surprise, right? We were all surprised.
How was it surprising?
That it was financially successful, right? It was the same quality we all expect. But it was a surprise.
Carnage is literally like Venom and Carnage, like the most popular supervillains in like comics besides the Joker.
So let me ask you this. Will Gladiator 2 be as surprising as Venom 2 at the box office?
Well, I'm going to bring this back. Like, as awful as Jared Leto's Joker was, that movie still made like $600 million because the Joker alone as a character was in that movie. And then the Suicide Squad comes out. No Joker. Oh, it bombs. I mean, COVID probably had a lot to do with it. But, I mean, like, literally Venom presence in a movie is getting people to show up because those are like the most popular villains in comics.
And more importantly than selling tickets, they sell toys, right?
And T-shirts.
Spider-Man is the #1 selling superhero toy over Batman, right? Batman might be tied with, depending on the poll or whatever, Batman's like tied with like the 1 or 2 most popular iconographies or most well-known names in the world, besides Jesus. I think Jesus and Batman go like back and forth, which makes the Spider-Man toy sales just so much more surprising. Can't go wrong with the Spider-Man toy.
I'm sure Deadpool will come back this year. The Deadpool toys will, as
you
know,
because that's what every 7-year-old, every dad's buying for their 7-year-old. The mark with the mouth.
I don't want to shock y'all. I'm a big Deadpool fan. I'm okay to admit that.
Good. Don't go fourth wall with it.
Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2 coming out towards the end of the year, November 22nd. Luckily, Ridley Scott's coming back. Unfortunately, Ridley Scott's coming back. He is, at this point, incredibly hit or miss. One of my favorite directors in Hollywood. But, man, can he make a phenomenal movie or a phenomenal stinker?
Well, Napoleon, I think, was a stinker. But has he made a good movie since The Martian, which I haven't seen because I don't give a shit about Matt Damon. I did like the Bourne movies, but I think The Martian, everyone loved The Martian. And I don't think he's done anything of renown since then. If I could be crazy. He's directed like 10 movies since then. He directs a movie like every year. He's directed like 30 movies, I think.
He's done so many. But like he's done Alien and Gladiator and Blade Runner. So like as far as like the nerd culture goes, what more do you need? Like what more do you want from this guy?
Gladiator 2 apparently, but like
apparently Gladiator. Hey, Blade Runner 49. So he did Blade Runner, right? He did Blade Runner in 1982.
He did do the sequel.
And then he did Blade Runner 2049 in 2017.
No. That was Denis Villeneuve.
Well, all right, I'm just telling you what Google's
bombed.
telling me. Google's telling me that he
They probably produced it. I don't think
it was. Oh no, it did say it was directed by Denis Villeneuve. So it looks like Google is lying.
If he directs a third Blade Runner movie, that'd be interesting. But what's after Gladiator 2? Is that the last one on the list?
No, you wish it was. But we've got Lord of the Rings: The War of Rohirrim.
Okay. You mentioned the Transformers animated movie. I was like, isn't that Lord of the Rings animated movie coming out?
No,
so
we got a Lord of the Rings coming out. Starring Brian Cox and Miranda Otto.
I know, is this going to like breathe life to the withered husk that is the Middle Earth franchise that Rings of Power just desecrated?
Not at all.
I think Rings of Power is having some issues behind the scenes.
Some issue, yeah.
I think Jeff Bezos is just like, what was I thinking? These guys have no experience. We gave them $1 billion show.
We spent $1 billion. I wanted Game of Thrones. They gave me Game of Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Do animated movies like do well at the box office, but that aren't Pixar? Because I guess this could be like is this gonna be like a rated R or a PG-13 animated movie?
No initial reports yet, but I imagine PG-13. There's no way.
I mean, DreamWorks does. I mean, How to Train Your Dragon, I think, were pretty successful, but I don't think like outside of DreamWorks.
I mean, if you look at
Pixar,
like Batman: Mask of the Phantasm, one of the greatest Batman movies of all time, bombed at the box office. So I really wouldn't be surprised if this does not do well.
I think Transformers, the movie, the animated one that came out in the '80s, was also a bomb. It
They're
had
all
Orson
bombs.
Welles in it.
What was the Star Wars Holiday Special, right? George Lucas wants to wipe that off the face of the earth, right? The only way that movie's making revenue is because he's buying up copies so he can fucking burn them in his backyard. Let's end this note on a high note, right? Let's end the last movie of the year, directed by Joaquin Dos Santos, Kemp Powers, and Justin K. Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man: Beyond the Spider-Verse Part 2.
Oh, that's coming out next year. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Coming out at the end of December, so you guys can
let's
finish that up. Starring Oscar
Isaac. We had to wait a year and a half for this sequel. That's because it came out like in June.
That's right. It was originally dated for a March opening of 2024, but due to the schedule strikes, they pushed it back to December 2024.
Yeah, so, I can't wait to see how he defeats the Spot. Best Spider-Man villain ever. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I like the this entire franchise is just like, Miles, you can't be in our club. You can't be in our super cool club. I just feel bad for Miles.
He doesn't have enough miles to join the Mile High Club.
There we go.
Nah, there's something.
Give that man a drum roll.
There's something there. Oh, thank you, good sir. Tap my hat to you.
So yeah, I think that's all we got.
Yeah, and I tap my hat to all of our fans. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of
interesting movies this year. Some I actually do want to see. And,
Argyle,
Madam Web. Is Mission Impossible coming out next year?
Yeah, I did not see it on the 2024 slate. So
Mission Impossible Octopussy.
Are you trying to see the sequel in 2024? That's a Mission Impossible.
Mission accepted. If you choose to accept it, is to get a hard copy, or what's the original print of Mission Impossible 8? Octo Cruise. I don't know. They're not gonna call it Dead Reckoning. They're gonna call it Life Reckoning.
They're gonna call it ChatGPT 6. You're fucked.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our show. Major's gonna like spice us up with some shorts.
Absolutely, you guys make sure to check us out on YouTube. Follow us on.
And he's. Yeah. Twitter, X. Yes, we're on
X.
YouTube.
Z Zealots podcast on YouTube. We were blowing up, relatively speaking. Of course, we're not nowhere near
slow and steady.
The Mr. Beast status.
The algorithm.
I like it. Slow and steady wins the algorithm. Let's just put that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
We're on TikTok too, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Which surprisingly, if you guys are feeling really if you guys are feeling like really sad, you're like TikTok's going to destroy the world. Don't worry, guys. We are doing great on YouTube and TikTok. Teeny tiny numbers, right? So like, I wouldn't really be worried about the influence of TikTok, guys. I'm being facetious, of course. Fucking watch out for TikTok. We're just not blowing up there yet.
And if you want to listen to full episodes of the podcast, we're on YouTube, but we're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well.
Anywhere you
if
get
you
your
need like
podcasts.
if you need some company on the drive home to drive to and from work.
I
heard that entertainment podcasts are more popular when on the commute home from work.
Yeah, much easier.
People listen to like the news and sports on the way to work, but they're listening to like more entertainment focused.
We're trying to de-stress from the world, and that's what we're here. We're here to de-stress you guys while we talk about the degradation of your favorite TV shows and pop culture.
But hey, there are some good shows that came out. Well, I think next episode we'll probably go over like the upcoming TV shows for 2024.
Ooh, that sounds fun. We can talk about Star Wars What If. We didn't even mention Star Wars What If, so make sure to subscribe. Catch that next time.
What If?
Alien What If. Grinder What If. My favorite.
Yeah. I guess Alien What If, like what if Ripley,
was a dude?
Pregnant.
Yeah. Let's see some Hollywood changes.
Ripley's, believe it or not.
Let's get some men casted in women's roles. When am I going to see a male Pocahontas? Just cut the podcast right there.
Cockahontas.
God, why not Penahontas? Why not Penis-honest? Why does it have to be cock with you? It's always cock.
And you went, you're the
Penis-honest was right there, and you just bypass it. You took a left.
Cockahontas rhymes, but yeah, that's our show, and we hope to, we hope you hear us again.
Yes, come back next time. Yeah. Next week, we'll be here.
I'm Forrest.
I'm Penis-honest.
I'm Robbie.
Thanks for listening.
And I'm Tip. Edit.
I'm Tip.